Okay, so this thing's working, I can hear. So, I just wanted to first start off and say that, Emily, you look amazing. Joe really huff and hit the jackpot with this one. I don't know how he pulled it off, but somehow he did. So, I'm going to have to read off this sheet. uh, I'm not as prepared as, Anyways, so I'm Nick. If you don't know, I'm Nick. And I've been friends with Joe since high school. And we met in pre-calc, which was kind of weird because he was a year younger than me. And so either he was really smart or I was behind in math. I don't know. So he sat behind me and we started talking about World of Warcraft. And, I know it's a little shocking because, it looks like we probably would talk over sports. But we bonded over video games, and we used to go to 7-Eleven after high school, like right outside of the school was a 7-Eleven, and so with World of Warcraft, you had to buy, it was like a subscription, you had to pay every month to play it, and Joe would have me buy his game time for him. He would stand outside, and I would buy his game time for him. So, honestly, to this day, I don't know if he was embarrassed to play WoW or he was embarrassed to be with me. I don't know. I never really asked him, but I guess now I am. I don't know. Was it? It had to have been me. It couldn't have been World of Warcraft. So everybody knows that Joe is an amazing guy. Seriously, you're just such an amazing guy. And he would call me every day after work, very clingy. I don't know how Emily deals with it. But he would call me every day after work, and honestly, I would look forward to it. We would talk about his day. He would ask me how I'm doing. And, he just moved away, so we would always talk, and it was awesome. So, he even got me my first job at the car wash. He came and visited, and I was actually having a hard time finding a job. And he was like, hey, my uncle owns a car wash. Just call him. I was like, okay. And easiest job I've ever gotten. So he must have lied to them and said that I was a good candidate, but. So, you can just really tell how much Emily and Joe love each other. He talks about her all the time, and it's usually about euchre, though, which. And I remember the first time, or I remember when he was going to propose, and he actually called me. He was so nervous. He ran through all these options. He's like, should I do it this way, this way? We kind of I was like, yeah, man, I think what you're doing's good. And they ended up winning the championship that night. It was perfect. They were going to take a picture. He said, no picture. You got to videotape me proposing. And when I saw it, I got a little teary-eyed. I got a little emotional. It was honestly perfect, Joe. It was just amazing. It was planned out so perfectly, and you're doing what you both love, and you won because you're competitive, and you won. So good thing you won. I don't know what you would have done if you didn't. So, and Emily, I remember the first time I met you. I was very nervous. I wanted to make a good impression. And you were just so nice and awesome. It's like we've always known each other. And probably because we always talked on Discord. So, and Joe, we would always talk every day. But I never met you, so it was like, I don't know, it's like we always known each other. And you visited Michigan, you came over. It was awesome, and I talked your ear off. I would not stop talking. And that's when I knew she was the one for Joe. If Joe can listen to me talk and just keep rambling, and she can too, she was the one. So then, fast forward a little bit, we visited, and she made the best steak I've ever had. Sorry, Carly. But she made a really good steak. Seriously. And Joe made sure that she did the twice baked potatoes, which I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what that. I never know what that was. Phenomenal. And I don't know if I am saying this right, but you showed me Catan. I think that's what it is. And somehow I won. First time playing, I won, and I think they may have let me win. Emily's job was to make sure Joe didn't win. Seriously, she's like, hey, don't do that trade with Joe because it's the worst trade deal. You know, you can't do that. So anyways, I just wanted to say a toast to the newlyweds. They got Huff and hitched. Now it's time for us all to celebrate and get Huff and hammered.